Dear children, very nice to see you all. The video now I'm going to present is for 7th standard students, okay? So students, we are going to see Unit 2 Supplementary Reader, the red-headed leak, okay? The main hero of the story, the main person, the hero of the story is Mr. Sherlock Holmes. Who are all the characters here? I'll tell you now. Mr. Sherlock Holmes, the hero of the story, he's a detective. Dr. Watson, he is a doctor. Mr. Jones, he is also a detective. Duncan Rose, the head of the red-headed league. Vincent Spaulding, the assistant of the pawn shop owner, Mr. Zabe Wilson. Okay, so now we'll go into the story. Beginning of the story shows Zabe Wilson complaining that he has been cheated by someone. He has been played practical joke. That means his life is lost. His hope is lost and he is very much disturbed. He has been cheated by the red-headed league. He has been cheated in the name of red-headed league. He tells the real story of his life, that he's a owner of pawn shop, owner of a pawn shop. Okay. Vincent Spaulding, his assistant, he shows an advertisement to Wilson regarding the red-headed league. So believing that advertisement, he applies for the job vacancy in that office, and as per the instruction given in the advertisement, he follows that and he has been accepted by Duncan Rose into the office of the red-headed league. So the story thus goes hereby. It goes, and whenever Wilson is in the office, whenever he works in the office, Vincent Spaulding and Duncan Rose, they plan for smuggling activities. Likewise, they planned a theft in a bank. Okay, so in the absence of Wilson, they are planning. As per their plan, they make a tunnel. Who make tunnel here? Vincent Spaulding. He is the root cause. He executes the plan of making a tunnel from the pawn shop to the bank. He makes a tunnel. This information, all these informations are gained by or collected by whom? Mr. Sherlock Holmes. From whom? Zabe Wilson. So Zabe Wilson tells all these things. For eight weeks, he has been working there for 8 weeks, and his payment is not fully given, and he has been cheated. He has been played fool. So, accepting this case, as per the promise made by Sherlock Holmes to Zabe Wilson, he takes up the case. He thoroughly investigates each and every angle. In each and every angle, he starts his investigation. He notices Vincent Spaulding when he is in the front of the shop. After giving the promise of helping Zabe Wilson, Mr. Holmes and Mr. Watson, Dr. Watson, they are going to the shop of Wilson. They are standing in front of the shop to notice what is going on inside the shop, maybe under the shop also. To check what is under the shop, he gives a tap. Who gives a tap with a stick? Sherlock Holmes. He checks whether there is really a tunnel under the shop. The front part of the shop. If there is any tunnel, he checks with the help of his stick, walking stick. And he notices Vincent Spaulding opening the door, hearing the knocks at the door. When Holmes knocked the door, Spaulding opens the door. Opens and pretends as if he's helping Sherlock Holmes. Seeing Vincent Spaulding, he starts doubting him. He notices him from top to bottom. His reaction, everything Sherlock Holmes notices. And with his thorough examination, through his thorough investigation behind the shop, he collects information. He finally arrests Vincent Spaulding and Duncan Rose that particular day, that night. At the end of the story shows that Sherlock Holmes telling the part of his, sharing the information he has gained. To whom he's sharing? To Watson, he's sharing all his doubts, all his collected information he's sharing with Watson. Like what are all the things happened? Under the shop, what is going on? A tunnel has been made by Vincent Spaulding and Duncan Rose to smuggle the bank. For smuggling purpose, they have made a tunnel there. And especially during Saturday, particularly on Saturday, they planned for a theft in the bank. On Saturday, they planned. Then on Sunday, they tried to execute the plan. And while trying to execute their plan, they were caught red-handed by Sherlock Holmes, because at that time Sherlock Holmes was inside the strong room. He noticed a hand with a light coming through the stone. The stone moves and Vincent Spaulding, he comes out with a light in his hand and with a gun. In one hand he's having light, and in the other hand he's having a gun. So Sherlock Holmes finally arrests Duncan Rose and whom? Vincent Spaulding. He finally discovers that the other name for Vincent Spaulding is John Clay. He is a perfect, a sincere, a dedicated detective. He proves himself to be much sincere and a perfect dedicated officer. A detective actually. So the story gets over, and thank you students for bearing with me. And even if you didn't subscribe my channel, please do subscribe. Bye bye.